Well, hello, water signs, and welcome to Tarot Nights with the Hanged Empress. You may have noticed we're doing things a little differently. This is the fruition of that new idea I was getting right about your read time, actually. The new moon. I was like, you know what? These are getting longer. Let's try splitting them off. That sounds like fun, but we're still going to do one intro for each sign because I'm not doing this 12 times. Sorry. Just won't. I like the 4. The 4 is fine because I do change and progress as I go through these, and the message always just slightly changes. It caters to the elemental energy. So I'm going to keep that, and we're going to keep going with our structure, but we're going to just break it off into a little bit more digestible pieces. So we'll give it a try, see how it goes. We have a full super blue moon in Pisces coming up here on Thursday, and it's been outrageous. I said I was going to be big, and I don't know about you, but it's pretty big. It's like the biggest of all of the big stuff, all happening all at once. And perhaps this is because it's my birthday month, and the full moon is actually on my birthday. So, like, if you go over to the soundtrack ever for Tarot Nights, August is going to be the longest playlist that you get. It always is. Every year when I do a personal playlist, August is always filled with stuff because it is a very dramatic time. It's the end of the season. It's the change. It's the harvest. We're getting into things. And yeah, it's the end of my year. My my year comes to an end, and I start a new year here at the end of the month. So for me especially, it is a very transformative time, but I think for all of us as well. Again, with all of these cycles that we have been put through, it's gonna be big. So I'm really excited to get into everybody's reads. It's gonna be a wild ride. Boy, I'm so ready. So let's get into it. Well, hello, Scorpio. How you been doing this crazy moon cycle we've had going on? I believe when I last left you, we were ghost hunting, either literally or figuratively. Literally dealing with an actual ghost haunting us, or being haunted by the past. Could also have been an energy of a person that is sitting right next to us and feels like a ghost. But we're coming in with the Hierophant. We're coming in with our spiritual footing solidly in place. Whether it's metaphorically or literally. Mercury retrograde. Words. So much fun. Don't you enjoy it? Yes. However, when we're looking at it, we are holding our ground. We are affirming within ourselves what we believe to be true. With the Page of Swords falling out on top of that Hierophant. It was not reversed. It was not upright. But the Page of Swords sits over you. You feel like you know what you're doing. You feel like you know what you're going to say. You haven't fully stepped into that initiation, that start, the beginning of this conversation yet. But it's there. We are turning upside down. We're working on it. We're working very hard. Whatever we're getting into. It's hard work within the spirit, that is for sure. We got a 7 of Swords, covering the King of Pentacles. Almost as if somebody has stolen or is blocking out this King of Pentacles from their kinglyhood. We did switch rejects the steampunks. It's been a struggle bus this whole gosh darn month, has it not? We also have a King of Swords with a Seven of Wands behind him and a Two of Swords. This is either defensive indecision or a rash decision made out of defensiveness on the side of this King of Swords. It's almost as if this king is taking power. It's almost as if this King of Power, or King of Swords, is taking power from this King of Pentacles. Brothers? This feels like a power struggle between brothers. No, we're not telling ghost stories anymore. Why is the Seven of Swords between these two? We're mirroring. Page of Swords. Now the Page of Pentacles. This feels like brothers stealing, keeping secrets from one another, taking things from each other. Not so great way either. But this happens a lot, doesn't it? This struggle between these two masculine energies. It does. It's karmic. Possibly even ancestral. Which I have a whole speech about ancestralness that at some point I'll get into. It's still fresh. So I'm not going to communicate it till I have the right words. It might be a book. It already kind of looks like one, honestly. Nine of Wands. This is big family stuff. It's generational. Duh. Yeah, it's obviously ancestral. We have the kings and the pages, and everybody is acting out in the same way. But we're trying. Maybe not quite succeeding yet, but we are trying to work on this. To work with spirit, to overcome this ancestral curse, this cycle that keeps repeating within your family, within your bloodlines, within your timelines, the multiple lifetimes that you've been here doing this thing, struggling with a sibling. think withholding is the answer. If we are stealing, it is because there is a feeling of lack somewhere in here. And if somebody is hoarding, that can really trigger a lot of those jealous feelings that can cause this cycle to continue. But taking a different approach. Instead of fighting with your words and holding your physical possessions over one another, what is really, really being called here is for you to be balancing and building in spirit. Take a penny, leave a penny is kind of this Four of Pentacles that I'm getting right now. If you take, give back. Reciprocity. Because that 8 did bounce down to a 4, which is an indication of backwards progression. But I also see in the spirit realm things moving forward. It's like a retrograde. Look at that. It looks like it's moving backwards, but really we're just getting realigned. How about them apples? Yes? Did I hit it? Did we get it? Oh my god! You're kidding! Yes. You are the master of your cycles, of your storylines, of the things that you are doing. You're in control of all of it. You can choose to do this or not do this. The problem isn't going to go away if you don't do it, but you don't have to be responsible. But I do see you taking responsibility for this. Again, working with spirit. Really try to not don't allow yourself to be blocked by anyone else's deterrent, because you're on to something here. We're on to something here. Most certainly. Are we still talking ghosts? I almost wonder. Again, like, this could also just be the situation and feeling of, like, being ghosted, a distance, a wedge being driven between siblings. And it can make the other person feel like a ghost. Like, you remember who they were, but they just don't resemble that person anymore. You don't recognize them. Oh, the brother I knew is dead. That's sad. Don't let it be that way. Change your mind. Change your perspective. Change the way that you come at this. You can't change anybody else but yourself. You can't save anybody else but yourself. We can help each other. We can work together. We can share our experiences and our stories, but ultimately, you are the one who has to take control of the situation. Choose if you want this or don't want this. Do you want to make this relationship work? Do you want to heal what's going on here? Do you really? And if you do, get to work. Get into it. Because this is, again, it's a repeat cycle. It's bigger than just a little spat. It's deeper. The history of it. It's an age-old story. We're watching from a distance. Observing. Not necessarily participating, but also definitely preparing. Again, here's that guardedness. And you're just waiting for something to go wrong, to fall apart. I don't feel a resolution yet. And keep going. Let it ride. Something like that was going to come out because pop evil, deal with the devil just popped into my head. Fears, doubts, worries, insecurities, the stress of this situation, it's keeping you up at night. It's plaguing you. It is haunting you. But the stars align to it. This is absolutely 100% something that you chose to put yourself through in order to better map out where it is that your star lies. Yeah. So, as painful as this is, as much emotion as this brings in for us, remember that it's destiny. Remember that it's fate. This is, again, this is karmic. This is bigger than you in this individual lifetime. This is something that has carried on for generations upon generations. But it happens for a reason. It happens because you need to reconcile this story. Change it yourself. Take the power into your own hands. Don't allow yourself to be blocked. Don't allow yourself to be discouraged from finding true spiritual alignment, regardless of what anybody says, because there will be people that try to stop you on your path if you are trying to come into this Hierophant energy, trying to understand yourself and the world just a little bit better. There's going to be things getting in your way, but you need to take control of those situations and recognize and give thanks for them. Because all of this bullshit that I'm seeing here, it's bringing you closer to the star. You are bringing you closer to your star. So keep going through this, as much as it might suck. Full moons are a great time for releasing and letting go. So release your stress. Release your attachment to the feelings that this card is bringing to your door. Yes, your sibling hurt you. Yes, your sibling stole from you. Yes, your sibling is sabotaging you. But can you forgive them? Can you forgive yourself for partaking in this? In the moment, in the energy, it is easy to get swept up. It is easy to be blinded by these things. It's easy to put your guard up. It's easy to be paranoid. To watch and try to keep all of your stuff safe. You know, keep it in the safe. Don't let anybody know the combination. But really, it's all about how you think about it. It's all about what's in your mind and your perspective. And you can change your mind. You can change your perspective. You can change your outcome. You can end this cycle. And what you are doing right now, what you are going through right now, is what's giving you the tools and the map to end it. To bring it to an end, finally. For real. To reconcile your story. This is an opportunity. I suggest that you take it, dear Scorpios. If this has been haunting you, if this has been plaguing you for generations, isn't it time to let it go? Isn't it time to write a new story? Do something in better alignment with ourselves? Take some time this full moon and hash this out. Talk to spirit. Talk to your gods. Get in touch. The answers might come to you in your dreams. You might not even remember your dreams, but they're in there. It's your brain working it out. And whether you are aware of it or not, that subconscious is still working on this all the time. That's why it keeps coming up. That's why it keeps making you emotional. That's why all of these things keep getting triggered, because it's still running its cycle, whether you participate in it or not. So you might as well bring it into your consciousness, into your conscious awareness, and align yourself. Work on healing this relationship. Work on sharing. Work on reciprocity. Don't hoard out of fear of being stolen from. Give freely. And love wholly. Love is holy. So, that's what I have for you, Scorpios. Thank you for coming out. This is fun. I'm enjoying it. We'll see you on the next moon.